The title of the chapter is triangles. Now, there are two things which you must know before proceeding further. One is congruency of triangles. And second one is the similarity of triangles. Similarity of triangles. Now, first congruency, about congruency. Now consider these two are the equilateral triangles ABC and DEF.
क्लास की है इसने
So here these two are the equilateral triangles. These two triangles are congruent to each other. Triangle ABC is congruent to triangle DEF. Is it clear? And what do you mean by congruent? So for two triangles to be congruent, what is the most important condition? They should be identical in shape as well as size. Is it clear? So these two equilateral triangles, these are congruent to each other because they are identical in shape as well as in size. So this is the most important condition for congruency of two triangles. Now come to similarity. Again, these two triangles are also equilateral triangles. So these two triangles are identical in shape only, not in size. These two triangles are identical in shape only. Because if you consider size, so first equilateral triangle is larger or greater in size as compared to the second triangle. So these two equilateral triangles are identical in shape only. So this is the condition for similarity. Two geometrical figures are similar if they are identical in shape. Is it clear? But this is in short. In detail, for two triangles to be similar, the two important conditions which should be satisfied are: first is corresponding angles must be equal. Corresponding angles must be equal. And second condition is corresponding sides are in same ratio. Corresponding sides are in same ratio or proportion. You can also say like this. So for regarding first condition, you can write down that if I am writing down that triangle ABC is similar to triangle DEF, so that means here angle A corresponds to angle D. So according to this condition, corresponding angles must be equal. That means measurement of angle A must be equal to measurement of angle D. Similarly, angle B should correspond to E. So here B and here E. So both the measurements should be equal. Corresponding angle should be equal. Similarly, angle C should be equal to angle F. So this is the first condition for two triangles or for two geometrical figures to be similar. Corresponding angles must be equal and their corresponding sides are in the same ratio. For example, here AB is the side of first triangle, then the side corresponding to AB is D. So the ratio of AB is to D, and similarly here BC is to EF because the side corresponds to BC is EF, and AC is to DF. AC is to DF. You can check these ratios are same. AB is to D, AB is to D. What is the ratio of AB is to D? 6 is to 3. Similarly, BC is to EF, it is also 6 is to 3. Similarly, AC is to DF, it is also 6 is to 3. So these are the two important conditions for the similarity of two triangles. You cannot say the two triangles are similar based on any one condition. No, these two conditions are the important condition, and if they are satisfied for any two figures, then only you can say that the two triangles are similar to each other. Now you can see in this figure there are two quadrilaterals ABCD and PQRS. Okay. So here this angle D corresponds to angle S, angle C corresponds to angle R, angle A corresponds to angle P, angle B corresponds to angle Q. So corresponding angles are equal as well as corresponding sides are in proportion. You can also see like this here. Here it is 2.1. So twice of 2.1 is 4.2. Here it is 2.4. Twice of 2.4 is 4.8. Here it is 2.5. So twice of 2.5 is 5. Twice of 1.5 is 3. That means these two quadrilaterals are similar because their corresponding angles are equal as well as their corresponding sides are in the same ratio. Is it clear? You can see that 2.1 is to 4.2. So what will be? It will be 1/2. And here 2.4 is to 4.8. Here also. So in this way, you can check. Now see here, this first one is a square, second one is a rectangle. So they are not similar. They are not similar because their corresponding angles are equal, because angle D, angle S, both are 90 degrees. Corresponding angles are equal, but in the beginning only I told you that two conditions should be satisfied for any two figures to be similar. That means their corresponding angles must be equal as well as their corresponding sides are in the same ratio. For example, here DC is to SR, 3 is to 3.5, and here AD is to this SP. So 3 is to 3. So this ratio is 1, and 3 is to 3.15, 3 is to 3.5. This will be not equal to 1. So here corresponding sides are not in the same ratio. Therefore, they are not similar. They are not similar. Okay. Here also you can see here, this is a square and another is a rhombus. So here corresponding sides are in the same ratio. That means 2.1 is to 4.2. It will be 1/2. All the sides will be in the ratio of 1 is to 2. But their corresponding angles are not equal. Is it clear? Here if you say that angle P is not equal to angle D, corresponding angles are not equal. So two conditions should be satisfied for any two figures to be similar. Now come to exercise 6.1. If you come to exercise 6.1, all circles are, means circle talking about of different radius. Is it clear? So these are different circles of different radius. That means all circles of different radius can be called as similar because they are identical in shape, but size wise they are different. Is it clear? Similarly, all squares are similar. All squares are similar, not congruent, because square can have different size. This is a square. This is also a square. This is also a square. Is it clear? So they are identical in shape. So that is a condition for similarity. Is it clear? Similarly, all dashed triangles are similar. So you can say that all equilateral triangles are similar, because equilateral triangle of different size will be similar, because their corresponding angles will be equal and their corresponding sides will be in proportion. Is it clear? Now, two polygons of the same number of sides are similar if their corresponding angles are equal and their corresponding sides are proportional. In this way, you must fill in the blanks. Now, give two different examples of pair of similar figures and non-similar figures. So, just now we have seen this. These two pair of figures. This pair of figures is for non-similar figures. Is it clear? These two are non-similar figures. Similarly, these two are also non-similar figures, because first one is a square, another is a rectangle. We can draw like this. Now state whether the following quadrilaterals are similar or not. So here, if you see, these corresponding sides are in the proportion. But when we talk about angles, the angles are not equal, so they are not similar. They are not similar. In this, we have finished this exercise 6.1. Now, this is the most important theorem in triangles, that is called as basic proportionality theorem. It is also known as Thales theorem. Means it is named after the person who have given description of this theorem. Is it clear? Thales was a mathematician. Another name of this theorem is basic proportionality theorem. Now, what does this theorem tells us? For example, you consider any triangle. You consider any triangle. Any triangle. You can take any triangle. Now consider one triangle ABC. It can be any triangle like this also. You can consider right angle triangle also. Is it clear? Now suppose I will draw one parallel line to one of the side of the triangle. So in triangle there are three sides. I can draw any line parallel to one of the side of the triangle. For example, I draw a line, this line GH.
Good evening, sir.
A line parallel to AB. A line parallel to AB. Is it clear? So here, when I have drawn a line parallel to AB, so what does this basic proportionality theorem tells us? This line segment GH is intersecting the two sides of the triangle AC and BC. Is it clear? Now, these two sides are divided in the proportion. That means AH is to SC, AH is to SC will be equal to BG is to GC. Is it clear? Similarly, here also, if you consider a line segment parallel to D, for example, I consider line segment parallel to D. Suppose ILM parallel to D. So this LM is intersecting the other two sides of the triangle DF and EF. Now, here also, these two sides are divided in the proportion. So how you write down DL is to LF is equal to EM is to MF, like this. Now we will proceed with the theorem. Now we will proceed with the theorem. So statement is there for this theorem. Anna. So this statement is very simple. Consider any triangle. ABC. No, I am drawing one line segment parallel to one side of the triangle. So that is D. Is it clear? Now DF intersects the two sides of the triangle, that is AB and AC. Anna. So what you have to prove that these two sides are divided in the proportion. That means AD is to DB is equal to A is to AC. So this you have to prove. And before that, you have to write down that D is a segment, line segment, which is drawn parallel to BC. And if this D intersect the remaining two sides of the triangle, that means AB and AC, then these two sides are divided in the proportion. Is it clear? So this is the statement and you have to prove this. You have to prove this. Clear? So here some construction is there. So first, what is the construction that you have to do? So you will join DC and B. Now from E, you will draw perpendicular on AB. Is it clear? From E, you will draw perpendicular on over AB. Like this. Similarly, from D, you will draw perpendicular on AC. Like this. Okay. Now this is the construction, this you have to do. Now, see how to proceed. You know what you have to prove. So you have done the construction. Now, if you consider this area of triangle ADEE, AD. So what is the formula for area of triangle? Half into base into height. Half into base into height. So this area of triangle ADE can be written in two ways. It can be written in two ways. Suppose if you consider the base of the triangle as AD, then its height will be D. Is it clear? So first I will consider the base of the triangle as AD. Then now I have to, from E, I have drawn one perpendicular on AB. Let this perpendicular be EL, and from D, the perpendicular drawn on AC, let this be DN. Is it clear? Now, area of triangle ADE will be half into base into height. So for, if I consider the base of the triangle as AD, then naturally perpendicular one will be the height. So its height will be LE. Similarly, area of triangle AD can also be written in the another way also. If I consider the base of the triangle as AE, then its height will be DN. Is it clear? So both are the area of the same triangle, but it can be written in two different ways. Is it clear? Now, below D, there are two triangles, triangle DBE and triangle DEC. Is it clear? Triangle DBE and triangle DEC. So, area of triangle BDE, area of triangle BDE. So this is the triangle. This one is the triangle BD. Hai na? So area of triangle BD will be what? It will be also half into base into height. Now I am considering the base of the triangle as BD. I am considering the base of the triangle as BD. So naturally, what will be its height? So if I extend what is the perpendicular over B? The perpendicular over B will be EL. So that will be its corresponding height. Is it clear? So in this way, you can write down the area of triangle BDE. Similarly, area of triangle BDE I have written. Now consider this area of triangle. No, not this one. Not this one. Area of triangle DEC. Area of triangle. So half its base will be EC and its height will be nothing but DN because it is the perpendicular from AC. It is a perpendicular from AC. So its height will be DN. Is it clear? So in this way, you have written the area of the triangle. Now, first, how to remember this? Now, if I consider this triangle ADE, so along with ADE, you must consider triangle BD, which is shaded as shown in figure. So जब आप ADE triangle consider करोगे तो BDE का triangle का एरिया लेना और उन दोनों का रेशियो लेना आपको. Is it clear? So area of triangle ADE is to triangle area of triangle BDE. And what will be it? So अब हम क्या कर रहे हैं कि बेस है ना, जो पहला बेस हम एडी कंसिडर कर रहे हैं पहले ट्रायंगल का और बीडी में बेस कंसिडर कर रहे हैं बीडी को, है ना. तो ये आपको ध्यान रखना पड़ेगा. एरिया ऑफ ट्रायंगल एडी मतलब जब उसका बेस एडी है तो हाफ इंटू एडी और एलई है उसका हाइट. ठीक है. और जब बीडी ट्रायंगल कर रहे हैं नीचे वाला जस्ट ट्रायंगल जो है, ठीक है, तो उसमें जो फॉर्मूला है उसका हाफ इंटू बीडी इंटू एलई. इज इट क्लियर? So here LE and LE will be cancelled, half and half will be cancelled. So it will be AD is to BD in the area of triangle. So इसे मैं इक्वेशन 1 बोल देता हूँ. ठीक है. अभी सेकंड इक्वेशन लिखूंगा मैं, तो सेकंड इक्वेशन में भी एरिया ऑफ ट्रायंगल जैसे मैंने अभी AD लिया तो BD लिया ना. अभी हम कौन सा एरिया लेंगे ट्रायंगल का? ये वाला एडी लेना ही है, लेकिन जब ये कंसिडर करूंगा तो बेस का कंसिडर कर रहा है ए, है ना. फिर मैं उसके साथ ये वाले ट्रायंगल की एरिया लूंगा डीईसी का, उसका रेशियो लूंगा. इज इट क्लियर? सो आपको रिमेंबर इस तरीके से रखना पड़ेगा. एरिया ऑफ ट्रायंगल एडी इज टू एरिया ऑफ ट्रायंगल. तो जब आपने बेस ई कंसिडर किया तो ये वाला एरिया ट्रायंगल यूज करेंगे, हाफ इंटू ए इंटू डी एन. और जब ट्रायंगल डीईसी कंसिडर किया तो इसका एरिया क्या रहेगा? हाफ इंटू ईसी इंटू डी एन. तो डी एन कैंसिल और हाफ कैंसिल. दैट मीन्स एरिया ऑफ ट्रायंगल ADE is to area of triangle DEC is nothing but AE is to EC. ये मेरा दूसरा इक्वेशन हो गया है. ठीक है. अभी फर्स्ट और सेकंड इक्वेशन आ गए तो ये प्रूफ इसका ऑलमोस्ट कंप्लीटेड है. बट अब अगर मैं एरिया ऑफ ट्रायंगल BDE और DEC की बात करूंगा ना, तो दोनों का एरिया सेम है. उसका रीजन ये है क्योंकि DE इज पैरेलल टू BC. DE इज पैरेलल टू BC और जो ट्रायंगल BDE है और ट्रायंगल DEC है उनका एरिया ऑफ सॉरी ठीक है, उनका एरिया सेम होने का रीजन ये है कि उनका बेस कॉमन है. उनका बेस कॉमन है. फॉर एग्जांपल आई एम ड्राइंग रफ उतने पोर्शन कंसीडर करके ऐसा. ये जैसे BC है, ये D है, ये D इज पैरेलल टू BC. अब ये एक ट्रायंगल कंसीडर किया आपने DEC, है ना, तो उसका बेस हो गया D. तो दोनों में बेस DE कॉमन है ना. दोनों में बेस डी कॉमन है और दोनों का हाइट देखेंगे तो ये दोनों पैरेलल है, डी इज पैरेलल टू बीसी। तो हाइट कैसा रहेगा दोनों का, यहाँ से यहाँ तक रहेगा परपेंडिकुलर टू द पैरेलल लाइंस, तो ये हाइट भी कॉमन रहेगा, इसलिए दोनों का एरिया सेम है। समझेंगे कि ये बी इज पैरेलल टू बीसी है और दोनों ट्रायंगल में बेस डी है ना, बीडीई और डीईसी, बीडीई और डीईसी में दोनों में बेस डी है। और हाइट जो रहेगा पैरेलल हाइट कैसे रहता है, दो पैरेलल लाइंस के बीच में अगर परपेंडिकुलर है तो हाइट होता है, तो यहाँ पे इन दोनों के बीच में जो हाइट रहेगा कॉमन रहेगा, तो दोनों का बेस भी कॉमन और हाइट भी कॉमन है, मतलब एरिया सेम रहेगा दोनों का। So here it is concluded that area of triangle BDE and area of triangle DEC is same. So if you know this, so first और second जो रहेगा ना, from first and second, अब यहाँ पे हमको पता चल गया कि area of BDE और area of DEC same है। अब यहाँ पे area of DEC है और यहाँ पे area of triangle BDE है, अब दोनों का एरिया सेम है और ऊपर में तो न्यूमरेटर सेम ही है, एरिया ऑफ ट्रायंगल ADE, ठीक है। तो दैट मीन्स from 1 and 2 and knowing that area of triangle BD is equal to area of triangle DEC, you can write down that AD upon BD is equal to AE upon EC. So this is a proof for basic proportionality theorem, which is also known as Thales theorem.